So good morning and welcome to Disturbia. Today is the 12th of October. And what do we have? We have rain. Yesterday morning, thick fog. Let's go back. Sunday morning, it was 3 degrees. We had fog. The temperature went up to 14 degrees. The temperature went down to 1 degree and we had freezing rain yesterday, but the thing is, it didn't rain. I just had so-called condensation on my window. Or the frost began to melt at 1 degree. This is impossible. This is an impossibility. That's why people who defend Satan and science are fools. Because according to experience and the laws of nature, the true laws of God, you don't have a freezing and melting at the same time. But this is how Satan is. He wants you to believe two things that are false at once. This is called the Hegelian dialectic. As long as you don't find the truth, Satan is satisfied. Look here. Well, you can't really see much, but they're taking down all these apple trees. It was a veritable apple orchard, and they're taking it down. Why? Because they want to build. The population is actually going down. They're telling us that it's going up, but it's actually going down. Birth rates are not on the rise, unless, of course, you're bringing in Muslims. That's okay. You know, it's all right to bring in Muslims that have all kinds of children. They're going to build houses for them. But the indigenous people, no. These are the people that are being rooted out by abortion, etc. Anyhow, yesterday the fog did not dissipate, and I showed you all day they were spraying a big fat thick electric blanket in. Here you can see the glare. If it were clear, we would not have a glare. So you see they are raining in the fog. The fog that we had yesterday is still there, and it's mounting. It's becoming more. We're getting more of it. It's increasing. So anyway, this is what always happens in winter. When it starts to get really cold, what they do is they lambast us with fog and rain. The thing is, it's very easy to observe, and I've observed it countless times. That is the reason why I've come to the conclusions that I've come to. It's not that I'm grasping at straws and making things up as I go along like Satanists do. They just say, well, in fall, this is normal, and they expect you to believe it because they've said it. You know what that is? That's abracadabra. That's witchcraft. It's a lie. It's calling the unnatural natural. Evil good and good evil. That's what this is all about. Can you discern good, evil, true, false, reality, and make-believe? Most people can't do it because they're sitting in front of their televisions hours at a time during the day. It doesn't matter if you're watching on your laptop or not. It's okay to turn it on once in a while to see what they're going on about. But after a while, you realize it's all lies. Why do I need to subject myself to it? You've got 5 senses. You've got a brain. Figure it out. I've observed very many times in the winter, particularly because it's all about the global. It's all about global warming. If it's about global warming, and that's what they want to get into your mind, that's a lie, then they have to prove this to you, and they're proving it to us with their fog and their fake rain. This rain and this fog are just two expressions of the same thing, which is Mercury, which drives the Mercury for the global. Now, yesterday we had 1 degree in the morning. This morning we have rain. Why do we have rain? Because the sky was filled yesterday with fog, the atmosphere, and also we had the electric blanket, which I showed you. And I knew that nothing good was going to come out of it. Why? Because they don't want it to freeze. They don't want nature to take its course. In the long run, they're trying to stave off the wrath of God. They think they can kill God before he has time to execute his judgment. They're taking advantage of the fact that the Lord God Almighty is waiting for the wicked to fill up the measure of their iniquity. By human standards, this measure of iniquity has been filled up long ago. But the Lord God Almighty is waiting to the very end. This is about eternity. It's not about nothing. It's about your eternal soul. If you want to believe in lies, fine. That's your business. But I'm here to try to show you a different way, to show you what's really happening. If you just think about it, here you got the blue and the red. Why is that? It's always blue and the red. Turn on your television, always blue and red. It doesn't matter where you go in the earth. It's going to be blue and red. Why? Think about it. These things matter. These occult people, these wicked, they're using their signs and symbols and their colors and their numbers all the time. Well, a number, what is a number other than a sign and a symbol? But to them it means something. Of course, the Lord God Almighty is sovereign over that. What does it say in Psalm 2? Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth have set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. What do you think the chains breaker is? These people say, oh, we want freedom. They love freedom in their slavery, you see. This cannot be. This is another part of the Hegelian dialectic. His people are enslaved, and he's telling them they're free, and they believe it. If you want to believe these kinds of absolutely insane and inane and deranged lies, that is your business. I do not, and I want to tell you, and I want to show you a different way. The way of the truth. It's in Messiah. The way, the truth, and the life. So anyhow, in winter, which it is winter now, you can tell because if they're spraying and if the temperature goes up at night when it was actually going down, and then it begins to rain due to fog, quite obviously manipulation is taking place. If you get I remember a couple years ago, we had a really bad storm, a wind like you wouldn't believe. Of course, you don't know, and you can't be sure if the wind isn't being driven by wind turbines. This is the thing, we've got to fight here. It's manifesting, it's not only in the spiritual, it is manifesting in the physical as well. And people are not aware of it. Take a look at this glare up here. It's all fake fog. You see, you've got rain and fog at the same time. That's why I say there's rain on my window. What is the difference? It's all unnatural. So it doesn't matter what you call it. It's wrong. It's false. It's a lie. It's contrived. Contrived lies in the pit of hell. Wrought on the face of the earth to get people to believe in lies. To get you believing that it's your fault for the global warming because you drive a car. I'll tell you what, they've got, as soon as they get all those planes out of the sky, then they can start talking about my car and about my animals and about eating meat. This not eating meat business segues perfectly with the Noahide laws, which are already set in stone in U.S. law. You know, they write these laws and they include all kinds of things that people aren't aware of because they don't read the laws. I mean, who reads the laws, really? But the Noahide laws are in them. Just look up NoahideNews.com. I don't really endorse everything this person wrote. His name was Robert Pickle. He died. I believe it was 2020. It might have been 2019. I'm not sure. He also said that Messiah was the Lion of the tribe of Judah, which is a bold-faced lie. Anybody who comes at you with that is a liar. I was watching and listening to Bill Randalls yesterday going on about how the Edomite hates the Jew. Well, I'll tell you what, the Edomites are the Jews. It's just also convoluted. Trying to say from the prophecy of Jacob in Genesis 49 that proves, because it talks about a cult. And Messiah told his disciples to go untie the colt that had not been yet ridden, which means that it was a perfect colt ready to be sacrificed. And he was trying to say that this proves, and I turned it off. I could not listen to it. I cannot bear to listen to these lies, especially if I can't comment. And on the one PC, I cannot make any comments because I've been banned from Google. They know your IP at Google. So these people that come on YouTube and say, I've been banned and I was scratched for 2 weeks and on, and they come back with more or less the same name, they're lying. The thing is, you have to call a spade a spade. The hour is late. We must expose these evil, wicked deeds of darkness. But what I started out saying was that we had a really bad storm in 2017. Lots of wind, and it snowed for 2 days. And it snowed, and there was so much wind until finally it went into rain. This is a phenomenon that you never have in winter. You never had it before the last 9 years. We had it but up until about 2009, winter was winter. We had cold, -10, -16 during the day in February. We even had this in 2017. And then slowly, from the winter, it began to thaw into the spring. And then somewhere around beginning of July, we might hit 32 degrees for a couple of weeks and then go gradually down. What do we have now? We have high temperatures throughout the year. But the thing is, people do not remember. I had somebody tell me recently, I said, it was so hot on certain days in the summer. We had 36 degrees, we almost had 46 degrees, and she said, not here. And she looked at me with this blank stare, and I said, what do you mean not here? I said, you and I went out riding that morning, and it was so hot, and then all of a sudden the white gas started collecting in the sky, and it almost went up to 40 degrees. And at night there was no sign of it cooling off. You see, this is our cue that it is not the sun. If they're saying that the sun is causing the heat, then when the sun goes down, the heat should recede. If you've got 36 degrees in the day and 28 degrees at night, then it's definitely not the sun that is sustaining the lie of the heat. You see, that's what their sustainability is all about. They want to make the lie sustainable, and they're working on it with their evil masking. Do not wear a mask, it is evil. A mask always has to do with the ball, and the ball is always done in honor of Satan, who is Baal, who is Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies, who is Lucifer, the fake morning star. Somebody told me the Bible is fake because it refers to Satan as the morning star, and actually in Revelation it refers to Messiah as the morning star. Whoop-de-doo. It's a lie. What is Jeremiah going on about all the time? The lying pens of the scribes. They're lying to you. There is truth in the Bible. The Word is true, though. And the Word is Messiah himself. This is why, if you trust in the Word with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, He will give you the mind of Christ, it says in the Bible. He will give you His mind. Not that you know everything. I'm not talking about ESP. I'm not talking about trying to gain power over people. I'm talking about discerning truth. Discerning it, not conjuring lies. There's a difference. Discerning truth or conjuring lies, like the devils do. Remember those 3 witches in, I believe it was, I want to say Hamlet, but it wasn't Hamlet. It was one of the Shakespearean plays, and I'm not coming up with the name of it. The 3 witches, double, toil and trouble. These people conjure, they forecast. That's what the weather is about. Forecasting. News anchors. Trying to loosen the anchors at the four corners of the earth. NEWS. North, east, west, and south. That's what this is all about. Dismantling the earth and dissolving creation.